We are on a 24-day Mexican Riviera and Circle Hawaii cruise on Holland America Cruise Line. We finished the Mexican leg of this cruise, and then after returning to San Diego, we headed out towards Hawaii with 5 days at sea. And there was plenty to do during the days, even when the seas were rough. The evenings had a variety of great entertainment also. And did I mention the food? Lots of it, and really good. And now, after our 5 days at sea, we have arrived in the Hawaiian Islands. Still in our cabin getting ready to leave, but we can see on our TV, the bow camera is showing we are there. We are now in Honolulu. No, you say it Honolulu. I learned that yesterday. Have arrived in Honolulu. You can see on our TV that's showing the front of, what is it, the bow of the ship. Wow. So we're heading in now. We just got into port like a half hour ago. And we are taking a tour of the Pearl Harbor and the museum, the city highlights, and something else. It's an all-day thing. We'll be back this afternoon, and then we'll be ready for a luau. When it comes to excursions, here's a pro tip. You can book your excursion at their excursion desk on the ship, or, better yet, book online and prepay through the Navigator app up to 3 days before sailing. Make sure you book your excursion as early as you can. We weren't able to get on some of the excursions we preferred simply because they sold out fast.
As you can tell, I'm the first one here.
Maybe it's your personal tour. Nobody else is coming.
No, I'm an overachiever.
You can see on the app, it tells you everything you need to know, like the tour name, price, duration, when it departs, and if it's an easy, moderate, or strenuous tour. It also gives you a description of what you will do or see on the tour. You can also access your excursion ticket on the Navigator app. This app just makes things so easy.
1930s, everyone that came to Hawaii had to come by ship. 1930, Pan American Airlines flew into the Honolulu International
We were on a
Airport.
small bus with a very knowledgeable tour guide. And unfortunately, because of restrictions for YouTubers, we can't show much of Pearl Harbor. But they do have a great museum here, and they also offer many tours right here too. We just did the Pearl Harbor thing, but we couldn't take any pictures because it's a national something or other.
National Park, and National Park has recording rules that make it almost impossible, not totally, but almost impossible for a spur of the moment YouTuber. So that's pretty much off the docket for us. We were there about 2 hours, which is about, I would say, 2 hours too short
For us,
yeah,
for sure.
Because we would have spent more time in the museum, and we probably would have bought the extra tickets to go in the submarine, and then we would have relaxed a little bit. But we were like a chicken with our head cut off on this baby. So.
And there it is.
Yep. So budget 3
time.
hours maybe for a normal person. 4 hours if you're like the Chan Man.
And if
you're a future friend of mine, budget 5 hours.
No way. Future friend. Back on the bus and continue the tour. Our drive overlooking Honolulu was beautiful as we made our way to the serenity of the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. As we drive through the Punch Bowl Crater, the cemetery serves as a memorial to honor those men and women who served in the United States Armed Forces and those who have given their lives. The Punch Bowl Crater is given its name because of its shape. The cemetery actually lies in an extinct volcano.
To the left and right of her is also the American flag. Also buried on here is correspondent reporter Ernie Powell.
Here we've got a stop. We're at, what is this, Diamond Head?
Yeah, Diamond Head.
It's supposed to be a good place to surf.
Yeah.
We'll see if Mark's up for it.
Well, they said you couldn't bring any big packages or anything on here because we went to the
Oh yeah.
the Pearl Harbor Memorial. Otherwise, I would have packed it.
because everybody knows Mark's a big surfer and he can hang 10.
You know, I'm looking out there, and I recognize some of my previous bows that I used to hang with.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The guy way in the distance, that's Ron John.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He owns a surf shop that I bought some shirts from.
Onward.
Over here to the left is the Iolani Palace. It is the only palace on U.S. soil.
This statue is of King Kamehameha. He's famous for uniting the Hawaiian Islands back in 1795. But this castle wasn't built until 1882. Iolani Palace was the home of Hawaii's first reigning monarchs until the overthrow of the monarchy in 1893. The evening has come and we are on our way to our very first luau. And we're going to get back late. We're supposed to be all on board by 10:30, and we think our thing is going to like 10:15.
Yeah, honey, I can't lie to you.
What's that?
I was at a luau once before.
Oh, it's my first luau.
With a previous wife.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Hey, honesty on the OJM channel.
I know.
All right. Hey,
So-
got bad lighting in here.
I know, it's bad lighting. I'm looking forward to this. Let's get going. I think you're an overachiever again. We're going to be first in line.
Oh my God.
Better early than late.
Yeah.
Right? Bus number 2 for this day.
I like this bus better.
Yeah, it's nice and big. It was about a 30-minute drive to Germaine's luau, but because of the traffic, it took a little longer. Authentic luau right on the beach. All right, lay me, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to lay it.
Good job. There we go, got mine. All right, once we got laid, we get to find our place. Oh my God, this has a lot of room here. Oh, look at that.
This one or that blue one?
As you can see, they have plenty of room for everybody. So now we need to check out the waves.
Festivities. This is a time of evening called Aliahi, a time for lighting the fires of the evening torches and greeting guests in the spirit of aloha.
Kalua pig is the central main dish at almost every Hawaiian luau, and at a traditional Hawaiian luau, cooking the pig is no easy task. Early in the morning, they traditionally dig a pit called a luau. Kindling material is placed at the bottom of the pit, and then stones are placed on top of the wood. The kindling is lit, and the stones are allowed to heat. Usually within 2 to 3 hours, the stones are ready for cooking. The completed underground oven is called an imu. Most luau's have what is called an imu ceremony, where they open the imu and remove the cooked pig. The roasted pig is then taken and shredded for serving to those attending the luau. That would be us. It's an ominous rainy morning at about 7 a.m. We're pulling into Kauai Cruise Ship Terminal on Saturday, January 21st. This seemed to be the most challenging port to get into so far, and of course, the weather was really bad. You can see how we had to make it through this narrow opening by the breakwater wall, then a sharp left and a sharp right, and somehow parallel park along the pier. We went to the world stage as usual to check in with our excursions. Here we were given our sticker to indicate which tour we're on. It was then that we had an announcement from the captain.
To attempt to navigate the narrow channel. We have made 2 attempts this morning, and we will not give up just yet. We'll give it another 1.5 hours or so for the weather to clear up, and then make a final and hopefully successful attempt. If the wind is too high, then we will have to abort. Sorry for the inconvenience, but safety of the vessel.
Yes, safety first.
Our primary concern. Thank you for your attention.
All right, what is it, an hour and a half, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep your stickers. We're going to try to save as many tours as we can. We will make announcements ship-wide in regards to the tours. Does that sound fair?
And the weather did clear up. We made it through the narrow channel and did our zigzag with the guidance from this port's pilot.
You see the tugboat, and they're waiting for us.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, okay, I'll get this side, you get that side.
Bring
Oh
them
my
in.
God.
Plus, we have a rainbow welcoming us. And here you can actually see that wall and the zigzag route we had to take. All right, we're finally getting to our tour after about a 2.5 hour delay. The first stop on our Discover Kauai tour is Kilauea Lighthouse, then a stop at Kalihikai Park for a picnic lunch, and then we'll be heading over to Honolulu Pier. Whew, I made it with all those hard Hawaiian words. All right, our first stop is going to be at the lighthouse. And there's Mark, he was way in the back. Kilauea is also a wildlife refuge. Wow. Looks like almost a cave down there. There's a lot of chickens on this island, wild ones. That was one spot.
Claim to fame on this lighthouse is that it's very tall, but it's kind of cheats because it starts on this bluff and it's measured from here down to the water. Right now it looks like a really, really, really big 1157 bulb for any of you automotive guys out there.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this reminds me of our national parks episode where we went on the 31-day caravan with Adventure Caravans, where we're walking through this skinny area when we're in, I don't know, yeah, one of the Grand Canyon ones. We'll link it up in the description on the side.
The Kilauea Lighthouse was built in 1913, and in the early 1900s, the U.S. government studied where to place a lighthouse on Kauai to help navigate the ships. Kauai was the first landfall for ships coming from the west. Kilauea Point was selected because of its 180-foot elevation of the peninsula. The cost to build a tower was cheaper because it didn't have to be that tall. And the lighthouse was then built. But then, the first flight from the mainland to Hawaii overshot its intended destination in Oahu because of the bad weather. Lost in the night, the pilots finally spotted the double flash of Kilauea Point, realizing they were over Kauai. They circled the tower for about an hour and a half waiting for daylight. Then they made the 100-mile trip to Oahu. So already important to marine navigation, the lighthouse would now aid aviation. But after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, the lighthouse went dark until the end of World War II. Some interesting history. A second stop, we're having a picnic lunch by the beach. After a beautiful stop and lunch at the beach, we headed over to Honolulu Pier. Okay, I lost Mark. He ran to the restroom, but we are in some bay. I got to find the name of it. And there's a pier here that we can walk out to. The Honolulu Pier has been a gathering place since it was abandoned for shipping in 1933. It was also the main filming area for the 1954 film Beachhead and the 1957 film South Pacific. There have been a number of films made on the Hawaiian Islands, including Steven Spielberg chose Kauai as a location to film parts of the Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981. Gonna hang 10, Mark?
Well, I just did. That's why I'm late. You'll notice I'm a little bit late getting to the pier here. Yeah, there's a really nice guy there that he recognized me from Surfing Magazine from way back. Yeah, and he let me use his board. And, I went out and I was back. Well, and they were impressed enough. They dried me all off. The other reasons I can hang 10 real quick and get back and catch up to you is I have Kizik shoes on.
Oh, yeah. I'm dressed. Chickens are everywhere. There are 19 named perennial waterfalls on Kauai. A few of these gorgeous falls are easy to get to, and others take a bit of effort to see and experience. The beautiful part of Opaka'a Falls is it's easily accessible and requires no hiking. So we're checking out the waterfall, and he said we can cross the street up here and see the other side of the river. I don't even see the river down here.
Yeah.
It is so thick.
Over there.
Yep. So this is actually the river that we would have had our riverboat tour on. But they had so much rain here that it flooded out their docks. So that part of this tour has been canceled. You can see how close we are to the ocean. They weren't kidding when they said there's chickens everywhere. They come. We're back from our tour, and now it's back to security check and on the ship. It's hard to tell, but this ship is taking up pretty much the whole harbor. It's amazing we even got parked in here.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'll show you our cabin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You look down below the red right there, there's a porthole. That's where we are.
Yeah, we're pretty low. There's level 1 right here. That's where we are. Woo.
After a complete day on shore, we're dining, getting ready for our show, but we are also simultaneously pulling out of the harbor. Look at him. He's
Getting in position.
First of all, this guy was driving backwards the entire time. Oh, you should get the stacks on there. The two exhaust stacks. Oh man, too bad I can't make noise here.
We have arrived in Lahaina, Maui. It's Sunday, January 22nd. Today is a tender day. We're actually not going to be by a pier, and we'll get on one of the little boats and end up inshore. So we're doing an excursion called Maui Beach. So they're going to take us there. I think we're at a resort, so we'll have chairs, umbrellas, stuff like that. And we're just going to take a leisurely beach day in Maui.
That's correct. We are not at the Borrego Springs Resort.
No.
That's actually where our RV is parked as we speak.
Yeah.
So I did mention it's at a Hyatt resort. It's going to be a very difficult day of filming because we're going to have to respect the privacy of everybody else. But the biggest thing is I promised Sue that I'm not going to let anybody see me in a Speedo. Even though
you left the Speedo at
Sue loves
at
the
rig.
Speedo, but somehow it's tough for me to pull it off at almost 71 years old.
Oh my gosh.
All
right, first breakfast and meeting our friends. Here we go.
Well, I didn't get out here fast enough to get them lowering the boats used for tendering, but you can see they're giving them a little test ride here. Oh yeah, where? Oh, there it is. Wow. OJIM Action Cam. They come down pretty smooth and pretty fast. Splashdown. Wow, that boat is quiet. I'd like to have 150 people in that lifeboat. Looking forward to a beautiful day here at Maui when we go on our beach resort day to just relax. As if we haven't been doing that already. But you know, sometimes you got to do it in a different way.
As always, we meet at the world stage to check in and then wait to be tendered in.
So Sue is asking the Shore Excursions boss here how long the trip is, because she's wondering if she's going to get a little bouncy on the way there with the tenders. So we'll see what the answer is. I guessed that it's a 15-minute. We'll see how good I am.
So it's going to take us about 15 minutes to get to shore, but you got to allow another 10 minutes loading, unloading. Yeah. If you get motion sickness, sit in the back and near the open air, the the window open or whatever. So got to get in the back. It's less bouncy. The front hits the waves as we go in.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Good. All right.
Good to know.
Thank
We thought we were going to lose you guys. As you can see, the last tender is 7:30 p.m. We actually first signed up for a Segway tour, but that was canceled, and we were reimbursed. And because most of the excursions were full by then, we decided to sign up and just enjoy the beach. Back, hopefully I won't get that sick. We're getting on a bus now. We're going to head over to wherever beach they're taking us. So this is where we're being dropped off. We're at the Hyatt Regency on Maui, and we're going to be using their beach. And here is where we're planting ourselves for the day. There's our ship way off in the distance. Here we are on a beach on Maui. Here it is back there.
Well, show
We're
the
going
ship
in.
in the back.
Oh, I did already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed that before.
I think people are going to notice with the level
Ooh,
of
that's
confidence
hot.
I have in the water that it's pretty obvious that I used to hang 10.
I was going to ask you if
Yeah.
you're going to try hanging 10 again.
Yeah. All right. So promise me, Sue, that if I start screaming like a little girl, that you'll
I'll
cut
get
the
it.
camera.
I'll get it.
I can already tell I'm going to be screaming.
The rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Really? Actually not too bad. All right, I'm out. So I think Mark's on his own. That wave brought in a bunch of rocks and battered my feet. Oh, God. And after enjoying the morning, we had a lunch at the Hyatt's restaurant right by the pool. Okay, we're back by the place where we were tendered, and I gotta tell you, I love banyan trees. I love them. So this is actually one tree. Who knows how old it is, but look at how it's spread out. This whole block. All right, we are now in what is this? Lahaina? Very, very touristy area, right where we got off our tender, and we've got time, so we are going to do a little shopping. All right, time to get back on. There he goes. Thought we lost him, Mark. We made it in the back again. Hopefully we won't get much rocking. Good morning. We are now in Hilo, Hawaii, and it's hard to see. There's our bow. It's like about, 73 degrees. It's going to be nice. Looks like the sun's coming out. Mark's going to hang on the ship and do some things. I've arrived in Hilo, Hawaii right now. It's a little bit later in the morning, and a lot of people have gone off on their excursion. We did not sign up for one, but we're going to go on shore with Kathy, and so we're just going to explore the downtown area, get a feel of what it's like here. Look at that. Wow. All right, we just got off the ship, and we're heading into, what is it, Hilo? Hilo. Marcia also got off the ship with us and is taking advantage of this port to visit family on the island. So we had to come through this terminal, and we got a map, all kinds of information on where we can walk. We're going to do pretty much all walking. We're going to take a shuttle first downtown. Once we're downtown, then we're going to start walking, making our way back, hopefully, to the gardens. We were dropped off. Now we're just walking around. Hilo, Hawaii. Lots of shopping going on here. Lots of shopping. Not that we're going to shop or anything, but we're looking. We'd find paradise on this island. Look at that. Paradise coffee. And lucky us, we came across an awesome farmer's market with lots of exotic fruits and other goods. Hey, we came, we conquered. Both of us are shopping, and we're good. I didn't think I'd buy a thing, but tempting. So we started our 2.8-mile walk back to the ship and strolled through the
Liliawokalani
gardens. I wasn't even going to try to attempt this one. I've been trying really hard on all these Hawaiian names. Love these monkey pod trees. This is the largest authentic ornamental Japanese garden outside of Japan. It was dedicated in 1917. This 30-acre, beautifully landscaped park features arching bridges over fish ponds, rock gardens, pagodas, Japanese stone lanterns, and a tea house. We safely made it back to the terminal. Not sure how many miles we put on, but I'm going to save that on my map, my walk. And if you look at our trail where we went, we're walking like we're drunken sailors. It's crazy. Right, we made it back from the walk. It wasn't an excursion. Let's see what Mark's been up to.
This is an example of an activity that was booked for the half room to room. It's a quilting group. The group can take over this whole room and work on their project until it's time to do something else, which usually entails eating, and they can just leave everything here and pick up where they left off. So any of these clubs and hobby groups that you belong to, if they have any cruises that are set up for your particular interest, you can see the nice facilities that they have here on Holland for that. And there's a number of these rooms. You can see that there's actually a TV screen on the other side.
And actually, our friends Marcia and Kathy are part of a knitting group on this ship. They have been all over the world on cruises with the knitting group. And of course, Mark was interested also in all the maintenance being done while we're on shore. At this point, I would just like to acknowledge the outstanding service that we had on this ship, especially with our cabin steward.
My name is Edward, Madam Susan, because everybody just call me Edo. And I have partner, his name is Supri. We're very glad to serve you during your trip. I hope you enjoy with your trip.
Yes.
Enjoy with your vacation. And then enjoy with our services.
Excellent. You guys have been great. Thank you, Edo.
Have a good day.
Then, of course, there's our nightly entertainment. Check us out next week with our final cruise video, including our last port in Kona, Hawaii, 5 days at sea, a stop at Ensenada, Mexico, and then returning back to San Diego. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.